Здравствуйте, как дела? Хорошо, вторник. Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Have a nice Tuesday. So today I want to talk about how you can become a better you. How you can be you. Because I vlogged about, negative vibes and haters, and that you can still focus on being you and yourself. And the question was asked, how can you be you? How? In a world where there's so many, difficult things, and it's so much pressure to be somebody else. We live in a society where no one really appreciates themselves anymore. Everybody wants to change who they are. They want a bigger breast or smaller breast, or they want to be skinnier or bigger, or you name it. And in this world, this is the world that we live in now, and that there's so much people that just don't appreciate the person that they are. Or that's a harsh thing maybe to say, because sometimes you really just want to, like when you wear jewelry, you want to pimp up what you already have. So it's a 50-50 thing. Because if you're doing those things, if you're lifting your breast or whatever, just because you think that you're nobody, if you do, that's a different thing. But the ones that want to do it to like pimp it up and make it look more sparkly, that from within that you're already perfect and beautiful and accepted, and you still want to do those kind of things, then I think it's different. And it's personal. First of all, it's personal. Everybody has a choice to be who they are or want to be you. So, because I don't want to judge. I just don't. I want every form of judgment to disappear. So, yeah. If you want to enlarge your breast, if you want to lift up your butt or do whatever you want to do, it's personal. It's your personal choice, and you're free. You're free to be who you want to be. But my message is, as long as you do it because knowing in your mind that you are loved and that you are accepted just the way you are good enough just the way you are. And as I said, if you want to make accessories, fine. But don't do it because you feel as though you're nobody, and you will only be somebody if you do those kind of things. But then again, it's still personal. Be you. But the question asked is, how can I be me, be you, in a world where there's so much criticism, etc., etc., etc.? And that's where I was saying that it all comes down, make a choice. Make choices in life. As I said, so many other vlogs, know why you want certain things in your life. Why do you want to be you? Why? Because if you know why you want to dress a certain way or you don't want to dress a certain way, it gives so much strength. Number one, if you do that. Know in your mind, I'm this person and I love this person. Because everything we do in life, it always starts with us loving ourselves first. Because when you are filled with that positivity, that strength you need to face the world, because that's it, we have to face the world every day. But before you can face that world every day, you have to start with facing yourself in the mirror and looking at yourself and accepting yourself. Because there's no way in the world that anybody, let me put it this way, that anybody can criticize you if you're filled up with yourself, and that you know who you are, and that you have that confidence, and that you know that it's okay to be you. Because people will continuously try to criticize you, try to bring you down, or hurt you if they can. But the thing is that if you fill yourself up before you go out into that big world, loving yourself first, that's the way you can be you. And how, that's what I vlogged about earlier, and how can I change, and etc., because you can and you will change. You fill in your computer, you reprogram your mind, because everything in life starts with you loving yourself first. And if you don't love yourself, you can learn to love yourself, because any kind of words, negative words you let your environment program you with, you can reprogram it. You can take charge and say, hey, no more, no more. This is where it stops. This is where I'll get my refill. Remember, I hope you watched that vlog, but if you didn't, I explained that the water could be, the inks could be dirty, etc., etc. As black as whatever, with guilt, with shame, with not feeling good enough, with not feeling beautiful enough, with not being feeling accepted enough, etc., etc. But whatever negative feelings or vibes you had in that water, doesn't matter what, if you put it in under the running water, it all disappears with time. As I said, and it's up to us. Do you want to be cleansed? Do you want to learn to accept yourself? Do you want to embrace who you are? Because you were born the way that you are. You weren't born to be Marie or Eve or Jack or Joan or whatever. You were born to be who you are. And you have to realize that you are good enough just the way you are. And as I said, it's okay if you want to pimp things up, if you want to restyle, if you want to run with fashion, etc. That's all good. But don't criticize yourself for not being Marie or not being like Eve or like being like Jack or whatever, because you are good enough. And I just love it that if you have the most expensive car out there, I don't know those names, Lamborghini and Ferraris, etc. If you lift up the engine, that car is built with so many parts, so many functions. You know, it takes 1,000 colors to get into that Ferrari red. It's just not one color. You have to mix and mix and mix to become that beautiful Ferrari red. And that engine takes so much more parts to make it that car, eventually to get that Ferrari or car. So you could think, oh, I'm just a part of this car. But without that little piece, that car can't function right. Because we are all a part of a bigger thing. That beautiful Ferrari needs you to function. So imagine how big you actually are. How precious you are. And I'm always using examples, but because my son, he gave me this bracelet today, yeah, and it was all, excuse me, no, I can't find it right now. Anyway, oh, here it is. This bracelet, he was playing with it and it got all squashed, and he was like, Mom, look at this bracelet, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's just a material thing. But in life we get bended sometimes, out of shape, and it hurts. All those critics, etc., or bad things we go through in life, they can hurt and they can bend us and etc., and hurt us and dent us, and it looks like we're not the same and that we can never become the same anymore. But if you keep on working on it, if you keep on putting time in it, and you keep on and keep on and keep on, and sometimes you need some kind of professional thing to make it like smooth again, you know, help, therapy, coaches, whatever, if you can't do it by yourself. But with time and the right people, the right tools, this thing could become all smooth again and right and just perfect. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be all beautiful again. You can just put it on and it still functions as a beautiful bracelet, if you want to call it, you know, everybody has their own taste. But I think it's beautiful. And it's just there. It just functions. It doesn't have to be, like this. It can still function as a beautiful, reshaped, new bracelet. But so, going back to being you, how can you be you in this world? It's a choice. And you have to be brave and say it to yourself. Practice. Everything takes practice. If you want to learn a new language, it takes time and you have to practice. You have to study. It doesn't come just like that. For me to learn Russian, I have to listen to my teacher. I have to write down everything. She always says to write it down, because if you don't write it down, it doesn't stay in your brain. So you write down those positive affirmations. I am good enough. I am beautiful. I am talented. I'm gifted. I am important enough to be here in this world. I can do things in this world. I can change things. I am beautiful. I'm just fine the way I am. And when you get yourself going, you fill yourself up that you are needed in this world. You are precious. You're good enough. You have to repeat that time after time after time, especially in a world where people bring each other down and criticize each other and talk behind each other's backs. We have to be strong and learn to not take those negative vibes in, those negative words in, because they're not your truth. They are not the truth. You could think, I want to be with that popular group. I want to join into those popular people. But what's popular? What is really popular? You are popular because you are unique. You are gift. We are all born into this world, and we all have to make it in this life. I am so psyched up right now. I'm sorry. But it starts with a choice. Make a choice. As of today, I am okay. I don't need to be in a certain group or a certain whatever to be me. If they don't want to accept me, fine. It is fine. Because you can only be with the people who want you in their lives, because you can change your face, you can wear the same clothes they're wearing, you can drive the same cars they're driving, but if they don't want to accept you for who you are, you will never be accepted. You will never ever be accepted. So learn to be who you are created to be. You are a unique, beautiful, perfect, fine person. You belong here in this world. And you can be you by just choosing to be you. And to stop wanting to be someone else. You have to reprogram your brain. Don't think that they're so... Because the people you might think that are so popular and you put them on this high pedestal. If you get to look into their soul, into their lives, you might be disappointed. You might, or you might not. You might think, oh yeah. But you can also create certain things that you think that you like to have in your life. You can create them for yourself if people don't accept you. But be you and be around the people that accept you, who want you to be you. And hey, don't think that you have to be around everybody, because as I said before, you cannot all just click. Not everybody clicks. Sometimes you like broccoli and you like spinach, but it's okay. You don't have to force yourself to like broccoli or to like spinach to be somebody, We all have our different taste in things. And it doesn't mean that spinach is nothing because a certain group doesn't like spinach. Or it doesn't mean that broccoli is nothing because a certain group doesn't like broccoli. Look for the group that does like that broccoli, that does like that spinach. And try to be with those people. Don't be with the people that reject you or don't want you, because that's also helpful to be you. But no matter where you are, even if you're in a group where people don't like, they don't think they don't like you because they don't know you, let's be honest. So even if you're in a group with people who don't like you, it's okay as long as you start to learn to love you. And the only way you can learn to love yourself, reprogram your brains. I am good enough. I am beautiful. I am talented. I am gifted. I'm strong. I am funny. I am this. I am that. As long as it's positive, you keep repeating it because it takes time. I cannot learn Russian in a day. No way. I wish I could talk to my environment in Russian just like that. Вы говорите по-русски? No, it takes time. I have to study. I have to study. I have to study. It's not going to happen in one day. I wish I could speak Russian just like that. I have to study. So, reprogram your brain. I'm sorry, but I have to continuously say this. If you want to be you, if you want to be freed from your own critical self, from all your negative thoughts and feelings that you keep feeding your brain, you have to decide right now, I'm going to stop doing that because it's not necessary to criticize myself, and start activating your brain, reprogramming your brain. So, I'm sorry, I have to say these things over and over again, and I will, because if they ask me, I will talk about it. I will say it again in a different way maybe, but I want people, if I die tomorrow, my message is that I want people to learn to love themselves, to learn to accept themselves at a young age. That's my heart. That's my message. That's why I'm vlogging. That's my main goal. I want you to learn to be you and to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, that's the foundation of everything in life. If you want to be successful, if you want to say no to certain people that you have to say no to, if you want to go on and take new challenges in life, it all starts with you, loving yourself first. So that's why I will continuously talk about being you and vlogging, loving yourself. Because in every message it is about losing weight or dating or letting go, etc. You will always hear me repeating loving yourself and being who you are. So, I'm sorry, it's a long message. I'm going to stop now. Talk to you another day. And, you know, maybe next time I'll talk about something else. But for now, I just had to finish with be you. Learn to be you. Reprogram your brain. And just because somebody bent you in a different form doesn't mean that that cannot be restored. And sometimes even if you have to go on with certain scars, you can still be that function that you need to be. A beautiful, beautiful something. In our case, beautiful human beings. Okay? Love yourself. Have a fantastic day. Пока-пока. До свидания. Means see you soon. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me. I want to reach the top. I want to vlog. I want YouTube to know me and recognize me and spread my world. Spread my words. I want to encourage whatever and whoever I can encourage. Mwah. Bless you. Have a fantastic day. Share. Talk about me. Subscribe to my channel. I need subscribers. And I want those thumbs up. Пока-пока.